The second person I want to mention briefly, totally different in terms of the way she contributes to our state. Her name is Melinda Deslatte. Melinda is the new, I want to get her title right, Research Director, which is the number 2 position at the Public Affairs Research Council. The Public Affairs Research Council is a big deal in Louisiana. I think it's our oldest think tank. It's one of the premier think tanks. They're not Republicans, they're not Democrats. I don't know what they are, except smart and straightforward. They periodically publish white papers, exhaustively researched about issues like the environment, fiscal policy, education. Every year when we amend our Constitution, and unfortunately we amend our state Constitution just about every year, PAR puts out a publication explaining, not advocating for or against, but explaining the amendments. I read their white papers and their writings like clockwork. The number 2 position there is research director, so it's important. Melinda Deslatte is the new research director. I think Melinda's taken over the Public Affairs Research Council. And I'm kind of, I'm bittersweet about it. I'm very happy for PAR, because they got one of our best and our brightest. But I'm really sad for journalism. Melinda ran the Associated Press in Baton Rouge for 22 years. 22 years. For me, the 3 things that you have to have to be a respected journalist. First, you've got to have brains. Melinda has brains aplenty. I'm not saying she's the smartest person I've ever met, but to paraphrase Coach Bum Phillips, the list she's on, it doesn't take long to call the roll. You've got to be willing to work very hard to be a successful journalist. And boy, Melinda has a work ethic. But you've also got to be fair. And Melinda Deslatte was, she's now at PAR, the fairest journalist I've ever dealt with. I don't know what her politics are. Never asked her. I don't even know if she's in a party. And I've been on the long end and the short end of some of her pieces. She was unspinnable. By that I mean it's not that she wouldn't listen. You could call Melinda. She was a great listener. You could sit there and talk to her and give her your speech for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And if she wasn't on deadline, she'd listen to you. But I always got the impression it didn't do any good, because she was so smart and so hardworking and so dedicated to her profession that she was just going to call it like she saw it. And she did. She did. She was not an agenda journalist. She was a real journalist. And I know, Melinda's probably not going to like me saying this, because Melinda's the kind of journalist that if a politician praised her, it's like, I must be doing something wrong here, You don't want too much praise from politicians. But she's left her job, so I feel like I can do it. And she's gone on to another way of helping our state. I wish all of our journalists were Melinda Deslatte. I wish all of them were Melinda Deslatte.